This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Beautiful update on Taylor Swift as we
I
celebrate
know.
the last show of the Eras tour.
End of an era, I think.
End of an era.
149 shows were played.
Over 18 months.
Yeah.
It's extraordinary.
Yeah, 21 countries. It's just been incredible. And actually, I think later in the show we're going to speak to little Chloe, who we sent off to Vancouver. Her and her mum, they were there last night. I guess they'd be asleep by now. Incredible. But if you were working for Taylor Swift, I mean, of all the bosses, this is the boss you want, because she handed out some bonuses last night.
Oh, here we go to the crew.
Yeah, Taylor Swift, this is the headline, has handed out $197 million in bonuses. So it's about 10%, I think they're saying here. That's almost 10% of the tour's overall gross. It was put back into the team. I mean, how incredible.
Okay, the last time Taylor Swift was here was 2015, and Australia was we were the last of her world tour. And remember, we got approached to say Taylor Swift wants to finish with a bang with her team. Can you guys, if we will give you a Taylor Swift Red Room, if you can organise something to look after her team? And that's when we hired basically Hamilton Island out.
Oh, is that
Remember that,
correct?
for the Taylor Swift Red Room.
They got to go on the trip. I remember. I think I was doing Drive at that time.
Oh, so much fun.
Very big deal. And actually, I know this is a bit of a behind the scenes, but I think one of our team members, Ellie, she was getting married that weekend.
That's right.
She was one of our producers.
On Hamilton Island.
She'd planned the big wedding on Hamilton Island, and then of all the weekends, all of Nova followed her to Hamilton Island. And I don't want to say ruined it, but do you know what I mean? You don't want all your workmates there. But like lots of, I mean, if you managed to see the show and you could get tickets, Jess, you were saying that Taylor's dad was on a flight. He sat next to a girl, and she said something like, "This is going to be remembered like one of the great tours of all time."
Yeah, he said that he thinks, in looking back in years to come, people will view the Eras tour like they now view Woodstock. Like it was just the music event for a generation, which I would agree with.
Yeah.
Biggest tour of all time.
It's a big call.
Oh, come on, mate. Come on. But, okay, here are a few stats. She had her largest crowd of all time, 96,000 people. That was at the MCG here in Australia.
Well done.
Right.
She did. She played 149 shows across 21 months. So I guess, maybe they do deserve the bonuses. They've had to give up their
were they
families
cash
and
bonuses?
lives. Well, look,
She didn't
I
do
don't
gold
know.
Rolexes?
No. Look, I'm sure there were gifts and things along the way, but I would imagine it's been put into the account as a one-off gift.
It would have been a signed CD, I'd say.
You'd hope so.
Do you think so? I think
And
just
maybe a
working with
photo.
her, being able to put it on your resume is pretty awesome. Travis Kelce, how many times, you were talking about going to the Christmas concert last night, Fitzy, earlier in the show, how many times do you think Travis sat through the show?
How many shows? 149.
Yeah.
He
wasn't there last night. He had a game.
No, I'll say 25.
You would hope he was at, I don't know, every second show?
No.
Oh, I don't think so.
Every
He went.
third.
He saw the show 15 times. He took
Okay.
to the stage
Terrific.
on one of those.
So less than
on one
10%.
of those nights.
Less than 10%.
Do you remember this? The Eras tour performance. Where was this? Hang on. Oh, in Seattle,
Yeah.
It caused a 2.3 magnitude earthquake. That's how much everyone was dancing and
What do you mean?
causing a ruckus.
It shifted the globe.
She had 16 costume changes in one night. She performed 44 songs every night. She's an absolute machine. Even if you're not a fan of Taylor Swift, when I saw the show, I thought, this woman is backing it up. She's so fit. She's so on it. Everything is like perfection, 100% effort.
Yeah.
No one ever would have missed out. There wasn't ever a show where, she was a bit tired, or we saw footage of her nose running and her hair in her eyes.
kept going.
Gosh,
She
it
kept
just-
pushing through. Ash has actually got a story. You got an update for us, Ash?
One of my best friends is Canadian and her mum still lives in Canada, and she, I think, bought 4 tickets to the show. She didn't want all of them. She paid $450 each for them, and she was selling the couple extras that she had.
Yeah.
She ended up selling them for $7,000. She made absolute bank.
She's a scalper, and that's illegal, and she should be locked up.
God. I mean, there's planning for you, isn't there? Of course she didn't want the 4 tickets.
Yeah, you got to think ahead.
Not at that price.
Kate, where does she go now? Her and Travis, do they go to maybe Kuta Beach in Bali or
I
something?
reckon they
for a
go
nice
to Florida,
holiday, or-
guys, don't they? Don't you think? Oh, and how about this? She learned to say welcome to the Eras Tour in 15 different languages.
Good effort.
I mean, she's not only remembering the steps, the choreography and the words to the songs, she's learning how to welcome the crowd in every country. Thank you, Taylor.
What do you do
for
on your
the-
first day off?
I know, what do you do? Oh, she'd have stuff to do. Wouldn't she be clearing out a dressing room and stuff like that,
Oh,
you know?
my God.
Thank you, Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
It's actually amazing. And I think back.
She's not
to
listening, right?
No, but what I'm saying is, and people who went to the show will understand, I was lucky enough to go with Jess one night,
Yep.
and that was amazing. On the other night, I actually went with my 10-year-old daughter. She was 9 at the time, and I will remember that forever. The dancing and the singing, and I would like to think that May will remember it too. It was just awesome.
beautiful.
And I hope Chloe and Belinda had an awesome time in Vancouver last night.
She might get into radio now or something.
Who?
Taylor Swift.
She's on the
don't
radio
think so.
all the time.
No, you make a good point.
Fits in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.